Esports has been on the rise in the past year, especially like just all over the world in general. Why do you think that is personally?
I mean, it's growing. It's growing because it's so accessible. I think everyone these days has a computer in their house, in the parents' computer, your computer. You can just log in anywhere, download it. These games are so low setting requirements that anyone can get involved and just start playing. It doesn't need friends. It doesn't need people to play with. You just get in and get started.
Uh, I think the main reason for that is because gaming as a culture is more of a millennial sort of activity now, even though some older generations would take part in it. So I think as like the generations are getting older, more people are taking games seriously in like a competitive sense.
Because it's so much more accessible than other sports. Everyone can watch it. You can watch it online. It's free to watch. It's free to join in. All you need is a computer that can run a game.
The increase in people playing video games is also another reason why esports is becoming quite, you know, a rapid increase. There's also probably due to the fact that the quality of games is going up quite a lot. Games are more enjoyable these days for your average person.
And in the past couple of years, it has been on the rise in the UK, especially Manchester and Liverpool. Could you give any reason why you think it's been on the rise here?
I think the reason why is because in this country a lot of people are like into football, so they like to support teams, and I think that's what a lot of UK people do. They support different teams, so they get into it that way, through a spectator sort of way first.
I mean, for me personally, it's because of the universities. All the universities these days are getting esports societies, which means you can so easily just get involved in a community. And once you get into a community, you get your friends into the community, and it just grows. And events start happening like this one, and then you can just keep growing from there.
I would just assume that it's for the same reasons as people, younger people these days prefer to play computer games more than going outside quite a lot of the time.
I think Manchester has become a hub for esports, especially because of our society that was the first esports society, because we run King of the North, and also because the Belong Arena in Trafford was the first Belong Arena, you know, the ones made by Game. So I think that really set the scene for esports in the North.
And how did you first get involved in actual esports themselves?
Got into playing esports after I played League of Legends for a couple of years. I got into watching the LCS, the World's Championship tournaments, and so on. And I came to university and found the esports society in my third year rather than rather than in my first, because I wasn't specifically looking for it. It just happened to show up at one point. So I ended up joining the esports society there and joined the team after a while of playing games.
I personally got into esports through a spectator way, like most people in the UK, through watching the Season 2 World Championships of League of Legends. And then I started playing after that, and I've been playing ever since, and been playing other games as well, like Counter-Strike.
So I started watching League of Legends in 2014. And then I came to uni in 2014 as well, and I was like, you know what, I might as well just get involved with esports. It's pretty interesting. So I play Overwatch now, but I'm more involved in the management and production side of esports.
And if you had any advice to give anyone who was trying to get into competitive gaming and esports, what would it be?
Personally, just try hard. try harder than you would normally do. It's good to have a competitive personality. If you like winning, that's obviously a really good reason to start playing competitively in something. And just put a lot of practice in. The way to get better is by spending time on it. Practice makes perfect.
Just keep playing, have fun, make sure you're having fun while you play, and it will slowly get better at the game and slowly improve, and then you can just start making friends from it. Start making a team, get involved, get into some tournaments, and have a good time.
I think practice is the most important thing. Like, if you don't put practice in, you're never going to get better. Like, you need to look at what you're doing wrong. Like, almost like set up like training, like regiments, sort of like what a coach would do. Like if you were like doing soccer or football or whatnot. And just like try and improve different aspects of what you do.
Put in the hours, like learn from your mistakes and try and get feedback from people, and instead of thinking of how your team let you down, think about how you can improve the next game, how you can get better. Yeah, and just be cheeky. Ask people for things. Like, so if you want to get involved in events, just go and ask someone, like, can I help you run this event? You just got to be cheeky with it because it's still a fledgling industry.
What is your game of preference?
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
This for League of Legends.
For sure, Overwatch.